talking about financial aid, and we know you need to go to school, so therefore we bring the information to you right in your living room. George, can you tell us about FAFSA?
FAFSA basically is an online application. FAFSA is the mecca for getting the application done, starting the whole process, the nucleus, if you may. To get the FAFSA done, you go to www.f as in Frank, A as in Apple, F as in Frank, SA.gov. Again, www.fafsa.gov. It's an online application that you complete that students, before you can even get any scholarship, before you can get any student loans, before you can get any sources of funding for work study even, you have to complete the FAFSA application, and you must have to also incorporate in the FAFSA application, because I believe you have up to 4 to 5 schools that you can,
six schools.
6 schools now, that you can put in to state basically where you want your funding to be sent. But in essence, you have 6 schools as options, but only 1 school can get funding for you. So that's where you basically do the FAFSA application online.
That's the application for you to apply in order for you to receive funds to pay for your tuition.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. On the FAFSA application, a lot of people, they will say, I don't want to go online to complete the application. Can you make the difference? Can you tell us the difference between a paper application and an online application?
Well, it's obvious. The paper you're going to do manually, the online you're going to do online. However, we don't take applications through paper. There's no manual application. But what we do have, if students come to the actual campus or go to the actual school they will be attending, we have an actual formatted paper application that they can actually fill out, and then they can go to the FAFSA website, www.fafsa.gov, and complete all the information on the FAFSA website.
Are you talking about the worksheet?
They have a worksheet. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's an application. It's a manual worksheet that students can actually fill out, and then they can go back and or they can go to the FAFSA website and insert the information there. But the application now is very user friendly.
Okay.
You know.
How many steps do you have? Do you have because I know on the application you have step 1, step 2, and can you elaborate on some of the steps for us, because
Okay.
these are very important information.
Well, the first step that we have at Broward College, first step we have is we make students apply for their PIN. Students should have a PIN as early as high school. As I mentioned, it is very important for students to apply through www.pin.ed.gov. Again, www.pin.ed.gov, where they can apply for the PIN, because you need a PIN if you're a student and you're a dependent student. You need a PIN for yourself, and you also have to go to the PIN website to apply for a PIN for a parent as well. You can only use one parent, of course, so that's fine. And you basically need that PIN, so when it's time for you to do the application, which is step 1, using the FAFSA website, you complete the application. After 5 business days, 3 to 5 business days, you check with your local school. Every school is different. But at Broward College, what we do, we have the information available on the student website, the Broward College website, www.broward.edu, where students can actually go in and go through the process of logging in their information, because whatever school you decide to attend, the school can't download your application if you're not a student there. So of course by that time you would have had already made up your mind which institution you will be attending.
Okay. You how the school is going to download the information? Is there a code there?
Yes, there's a school. Like if you're attending Broward College, they our school code is 001500. But on the application, you can actually look up the schools and they'll provide you the school code. They give you that option on the select option in terms of what school you want to have your application. You can download the school that you will be attending, and you go to your admissions departments and go through the process of registering to the school. So that way, by the time your financial aid application needs to be downloaded, you are already a current student at the school, and we can download your information.
Okay. If I want to, right now I'm living in the state of Florida, and then I want to move to another state. Can I use the same application?
You can use the same application, but you have to change the school code to whatever school you'll be attending. And students who do that have to be mindful, because when you move from one state to another state, there are out of fee costs, out of state costs, because they go by your proof of residency. If you were not a resident in that current state for at least a year, there's a likely chance that you'd have to pay that out of state fee, which is about 3 times the amount per credit hour that you'd have to pay. And usually students who are in this case scenario have to be mindful that they have to either pay out of pocket the difference or do the application early enough where they can get their loan process cleared for them to have the Pell and the loan available to help fund their education.
What type of information that a student needs in order for the student to complete the application?
Well, essentially, what you basically need are your tax returns from the year. Like currently now we're in the 2010-11 school year. So you would need your 2009 taxes. You would just need to have the school code, knowledge of the school code, whichever school you will be attending. So you have to know what school you will be definitely attending.
Exactly.
And when you do the application, it's so user friendly now. When you go to the portion of the tax portion, that's the most scariest part of the application. Students are afraid to provide their financial information or their financial status. They're afraid of security purpose. It's so user friendly now, and it's so confidential. No one could use your information because of your PIN. That's the essence of the PIN as well. In addition to that, it's so user friendly. When you put the icon on each question that it asks about your tax information, there's a little box that will populate on the lower right-hand corner called Help and Hint. It will tell you where on the tax return that you're using to look to answer each question.
I think now FAFSA can match your tax return for you while you're doing the application. There's a question there they will ask you if you wanted them to match your tax return.
They do.
Okay. And there's another issue with the FAFSA. If I make a mistake on my application, can I go back and correct it?
Now, here's the thing. If you made a mistake on your application, FAFSA does give you that option, because there's a box 1 and there's a box 2, where's the box for application, and there's a box 3. Box 3 gives the students the option to make corrections. However, it is important that you have your information written, like your PIN. You must know your PIN. If it's a 4-digit number that you're going to choose, make it a 4-digit number that you can remember. You can always go back and make the correction on your FAFSA. Also with the FAFSA, in addition to that, the institution that you're attending also may require you for verification.
Okay. We're going to take a short break.
Okay.
We will be right back. You're watching Serious Talk.